is the 15th of November 2019 and Cleo is presenting.
So I'm going to be talking about sexuality in the media, mainly in films, but it can venture out into different areas. So in the past, there's been this whole theory that sex sells. Of course it does, because it's still going. So in the past, women were of a lesser social calibre, and they were very sexualised. It's still happening, which is, just a fact. But it is getting better. It gained its own character type, courteous of Vladimir Prop, known as the princess. So this is the character that needs to be rescued by the male protagonist. The sexualisation of women quickly became expected in movies, normalised by audiences. If it's not there, then it's considered more of a child's movie than a mature audience. Here are some relevant theories that explain why sex sells. The hypodermic needle theory, that I forgot to add on then, it suggests that the mass media injects messages directly into minds of passive audiences. This means that impressionable audiences can be exposed to heteronormative attitudes from an early age. This means that people expect the man and the woman to be in love at the end of the movie, which doesn't always happen. It's especially present in classic Disney movies such as Cinderella and Snow White, where the prince and the princess end up together. So, The Male Gaze by Mulvey. This purposely sexualizes women in order to sell a product by accentuating her most appealing traits and removing flaws. This is generally leading towards the picture of an ideal woman, which can be damaging to mindsets and can lower self-esteem in young girls, causing them to believe they're nothing but objects to be gazed upon. I've got a quick video that should hopefully portray this a little bit. Yeah. So here you can see a woman dressed in light, appealing clothing. She's going to a party. Showing culture. So there's the male figure. He'll probably be the love interest in this video. So basically we're in the perspective of a woman right now, and we're following her kind of night. So I am probably going to stop it here, but it is showing how women are generally treated when out. So, equally, there is a female gaze, which makes men feel that if they don't act a certain way or look a certain way, they're not manly enough. This can be quite damaging to the young boys' psyche, if they believe they aren't like a man if they show their emotions or explore their sexuality. I've got a quick video from Mulan, which is about a girl being taught to be a guy. Interesting concept. She actually ends up showing most of them up, which I suppose could be a comment on society.
We've got a long way to go. how they swim. Must be swift as the coursing river. With all the force of a great typhoon. With all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Time is racing toward us till the funds arrive. Heed my every order and tonight survive. Suited for the rage of war, so pack up, go home with your crew. How could I make a man out of you? Must be swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. It must be swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
So obviously that's quite relevant to this topic because it is showing that men are expected to be like powerful warriors and stuff. Obviously that's not probably the case in like modern day society, but yeah, it's just quite interesting to see how a woman adapts to those circumstances, you know. So it's not all bad, like some of it is, but you know, like this is pretty bad. So as mentioned in the male gaze slide, sexuality in the media can result in hedonistic attitudes regarding the treatment of other people. These attitudes can result in people, women and men both, not feeling that they're able to wear what they want or be who they are in public, in fear of being sexualized by others. Also, there is like a direct correlation between sexuality in the media and rape culture. As you can see in these two images, in the top one, a girl's being looked at just because she's like changing, I guess. In the second one, well, you can see he's being like harassed. So yeah, it's not all bad. There's quite a lot more acceptance of like people who are different now. There's quite a few like hit movies that have come out recently where there are LGBTQ plus couples and stuff. In quite a few TV series, it's considered kind of unusual if there isn't at least a bit of representation, which is showing that we're evolving as a society. Thanks for listening, watching, leaving on.
Any questions, please?
Awesome.
What's your sort of opinions of it all? Do you think like here in 2019 we're moving with the times or we're still a bit behind?
See, I think it depends, because say like the newer generations, we're a lot more like tolerant and we're able to like kind of see past it a little bit. Like there are still like the outliers where people will be like, you can't wear that or you can't do that. But it is a lot more like accepting, whereas like say older generations with movies like Love, Simon and stuff coming out, they're probably like disliking it because they see it as like queer or wrong, which, you know, it will always happen, but we are evolving.
It's okay, those people will die soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So you think seeing these representations has a good effect on the audience?
Yeah, because a lot more people are able to like come out now and stuff, and they feel like they can be accepted rather than like be like shamed and like sent to a camp. So, yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so as we'll try one again. In the past, you said there was like an overrepresentation of heteronormativity.
Yes.
Do you believe that there is a point now, or there will be a point in the future where it reverses, and there'll be there'll be too much, well not too much, but there'll be no representation of the other way?
See, that's what I was thinking. when I was making this actually, because it's not so much that one has to be more than the other. It's just like, say someone says sexuality in the media, people automatically assume that you mean like being gay or other like sexualities and stuff. But everyone seems to like forget about like heterosexuality. So it's not so much it will be like forgotten or anything. I just think there will be a lot more like equality rather than it mainly being hetero.
Do you think that we're setting up a whole new generation of stereotypes?
Maybe. Maybe we're moving past it,
Like,
but probably not.
We might not even realise we're creating stereotypes until it's too late.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Yeah. No, we'll have to wait and see.
Next time.
Thank you very much, Kate.